I'm not gonna gatekeep whether someone can be an antagonist and a protagonist at the same time, because ultimately it doesn't matter. This is what stories are for. This is what art is for, transcending boundaries. Hello. So the Crunchyroll Anime Awards just came out, and I looked at the nominees for when they dropped those. So I gotta look at the actual winners this time. Alright, so as you can see, there's a lot of fucking awards. Probably not gonna look at these. I don't really, I'm not familiar with any of this, but I will look at the best VA actor for English, Japanese, and pretty much the rest of them. So let's just get right into it, man. I'm not really expecting much. Ultimately, it doesn't really matter. It's the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. And you like what you like, and you don't like what you don't like. So as long as you're happy watching the anime that you're watching, that's all that matters. But it is cool to see what gets recognition in today's climate of anime. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are for this year's awards, and hit that sub button too. I greatly appreciate it. Helps me out a lot. Yeah, with that said, let's get into it. So we got best VA performance for English. Now hold on, I wonder if this actually brings me down to the... It does. Okay, we'll do that. So best VA performance for English: David Wald, Ainosuke Shindo for Adam, Skate the Infinity. Cool. Never watched Skate the Infinity, but I hear it's pretty good. So let's move on to the next one. That was best VA performance for English. Now we got best VA performance Japanese. Now this is gonna matter. So let's see who won this. Yuki Kaji, Eren Yeager, Attack on Titan Final Season Part 1. Yeah, dude. But then again, this is for Part 1 and not Part 2. I would say his performance in Part 2 is actually better than his performance in Part 1. So, but regardless, I think this was great. I wish they would give they did give the nominees here. Okay, so they had Gabi, Eren Yeager, Odokawa, Ayoto. Yeah, so I never watched Lupin, I watched a little bit of The Spider. Out of all these, for sure, Eren probably should have won. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward dub there for our boy Eren. So let's go to best film. Now, I didn't watch a lot of these, but of course, yeah, I figured this was gonna win. I mean, come on, guys, it's Demon Slayer. When you think about it, if you guys are currently watching Demon Slayer, the Entertainment District arc, I don't think Mugen Train holds a cake to the Entertainment District arc. It's so much better, and the stuff they're doing with the animation, it's movie quality, even though it's not a movie. Okay, so the other movies were Bell, which I hear great things about. I'm gonna get around to watching that, I promise. Evangelion, I never watched it. If you're an Evangelion fan, I'm sure you enjoyed it and you probably wanted it to win. Josie the Tiger and the Fish, also need to get around to watching this, and these two I didn't watch. But I mean, let's be real, no matter how good the other movies were, there was no way Demon Slayer wasn't gonna win this. I mean, come on, man, this is slowly becoming one of the most successful franchises for anime in recent times. Okay, so we got best comedy winner, Komi Can't Communicate. I didn't know if this was a comedy like that. I thought it was a little bit more chill, laid back, maybe slice of life. I guess that could have comedy elements in it, but I definitely gotta get around to watching it. Komi Can't Communicate. Okay, best comedy. So who was here? Nagatoro, Kobayashi, Odd Taxi, Life Lessons. Okay, so I'm not really familiar with too many of these. Heaven's Design Team, I didn't really like it. Uramichi has comedy for sure, but it's a very specific type of comedy. If you like dark comedy, then that's definitely for you. Odd Taxi also has comedy, but it's definitely less relevant to the story than you'd think. Kobayashi Dragon Maid, I only hear good things about. I just never watched it. Kyoto Animation does good stuff, so can't really argue against that. Nagatoro also had good comedy, but maybe Komi Can't Communicate has really good comedy. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna breeze through some of these because I think some categories are more important than others. Okay, so best fantasy. Now, this is gonna be important. Let's see if person I want to win, or rather the series that I wanted to win, actually wins. Best fantasy goes to Slime. Wow, interesting. Slime season 2. I would not expect that. I did like Slime season 2 a lot. I mean, I like the show in general. I did feel like the pacing was a little bit off, I feel like it was very kind of slow in some moments, but compared to, yeah, there's no shot it should have won above Mushoku Tensei or Ranking of Kings or To Your Eternity, to be honest with you. Man, yeah, this is the first one, guys. This is the first one of probably many that I'm not gonna agree with. Mushoku Tensei easily takes the cake, and if it wasn't gonna be Mushoku Tensei, it should have been To Your Eternity or Ranking of Kings. I don't know. Slime is good, and I know Slime has a large fan base, and it's a little bit older than these three, so it obviously has a larger fan base. But I still feel like Mushoku Tensei should have won. Whatever, bro. Whatever. My expectations are low, but I really thought, you know, one of those three were gonna win fantasy. Whatever, man. Crunchyroll is gonna Crunchyroll. All right, best action. This is the shonen. This is like best shonen, pretty much. This is like probably the most important award for a lot of people. So let's see. Best action winner, Jujutsu Kaisen Core 2. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, it was either gonna be Attack on Titan, Jujutsu Kaisen, or Demon Slayer. And it makes sense if Jujutsu Kaisen's the best action. Out of all of these, the one that's most dedicated to action is definitely Jujutsu Kaisen. Demon Slayer and Attack on Titan also have action, don't get me wrong. But if you're looking at a strictly fighting series, then Jujutsu Kaisen is there for you. Of course, the story of Attack on Titan is much better than Jujutsu Kaisen. But the fights in Jujutsu Kaisen are like nothing to be like fucked with. And at the end of the day, you know, it's the same studio that are making both, so you can't really complain. That was a pretty obvious winner, so I'm not too surprised about that, but good for Jujutsu Kaisen. Came out very early in the year. I feel like a lot of people are slowly forgetting about it because of the current arc of Demon Slayer and the current arc of Attack on Titan as well. But when Attack on Titan ends and Demon Slayer ends and that movie comes out for Jujutsu Kaisen, everybody's gonna remember how great it was. Okay, best drama. Best fucking drama. Let's go. Best drama winner, To Your Eternity. Yo. Are you kidding me? That's crazy. Wow. Good stuff for To Your Eternity. Honestly, if I'm being real, To Your Eternity has probably the most drama out of all of can't even speak. Out of all of these, I haven't really watched Fruits Basket final season, but I'm guessing this is a lot more to do with like romance related drama. Odd Taxi also had drama, but it was very low key and it wasn't in your face as much. It was very much more so on the mystery vein as far as genre goes. If I had to pick between these two, like I said in my previous video, it was definitely going to be between 86 and To Your Eternity. But hey, I'm glad To Your Eternity won something. It's such a dark series and show that I feel like a lot of people were turned off by it, perhaps. And it's definitely not something that a mainstream shonen anime audience would probably watch and enjoy. But it's gritty. And if you like stuff like Attack on Titan and you like dark themes, then it's definitely for you. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. Best romance. Okay, so I feel like Fruits Basket is gonna win just because of the popularity behind it. That's my guess. Oh, Horimiya. Yo, let's go, dude. Dude, this is the one that deserved it. I said this before, that there was only really one winner in here, and it was Horimiya. The only other series that you could probably give it to is Fruits Basket. But I mean, this is an easy win. You guys know how much I love Horimiya. It was one of my top 3 or 4 anime from last year, and I'm glad it's getting its due respect. Cloverworks is such a weird studio, man. How can they put out stuff like this and then put out stuff like Promised Neverland season 2? It just doesn't make sense to me. All right, let's go to best fight scene. I'm assuming they're gonna give a video for this. Yeah, they are. Okay. I'm gonna look at the video. I didn't see the thing. Best fight scene. Winners for best fight scene. Oh, it's Crunchyroll Hime. It has to be Yuji Itadori, and yes, I knew it. Yo, bro, this fight was so immaculate. It's an easy dub. If it wasn't gonna be this one, it was gonna be the other Jujutsu Kaisen one that was nominated. Dude, that fight was so good. I'm gonna have to rewatch it. Oh, how do I get out of here? Oh, okay. So the nominees for this fight were the Eren Yeager vs Warhammer Titan, not the one that won obviously, Elmo vs Toru and Kobayashi, Vivi, and another Jujutsu Kaisen one, and the Boruto one. And if I'm being real, if I'm being 100% real, the only real options was this and the Boruto fight. And honestly, if the Boruto fight won, I wouldn't be mad. They really just do be putting all their fucking budget into the best fights in Boruto, and usually those have to do with Naruto and Sasuke fighting against someone. I mean, if you look at the fight in the Naruto movie, the Naruto movies in general, they're just always so good. And so I feel like they brought that type of animation into the actual anime. The fight against Momoshiki and Toneri Osutsuki in the movies, I think it was Naruto the last, and then Boruto Naruto the movie. Those fights were really good, and I think the studio realized that. They realized the hype around it. They realized how much people liked that fight, that they essentially did the same thing in this fight and brought that style of animation and teamwork between Naruto and Sasuke to fight a single enemy. So yeah, I think it's funny, I've talked more about this fight right now than I have about this, but I don't think I need to say much about this fight. It's so good. Seeing two characters that are badass fight together against an enemy, just the choreography, the camera angles, the way they're just flying through the air, dodging and running along the vines and tree branches that she's creating. It's great. It's great to see that teamwork, especially because these two remind me of Ichigo and Kenpachi. I don't know, just great. Good so far. There's only been one dud of a winner so far, and we all know what that is, Best Fantasy. But hey, all of them have been pretty spot on except one, so can't really complain too much. All right, so let's go on to Best Antagonist. So they got a video for this too? No, they don't. Eren Yeager. Okay. So a lot of people were mad about this. A lot of people were mad that Eren Yeager was nominated for Best Protagonist and Best Antagonist, because the argument is that you can't be a protagonist and an antagonist at the same time. But I think for a show like Attack on Titan, you can make an exception because of how the story is. It's a very unique type of story. I'm obviously not going to spoil anything, but an antagonist is someone who, you know what, fuck it, let's look up what an antagonist is. Let's do it. A person who actively opposes or is hostile to someone or something, an adversary. Let's look up the literary definition. Is a principal opponent or foil of the main character who is referred to as the protagonist in a drama narrative. The word is from the Greek antagonism. I mean, listen. If you know what the story is currently, and you know the stuff that, oh god, how do I say this without spoiling? If you know the stuff that Eren is experiencing mentally, then you know that he is essentially everything. So it's not too far-fetched to say that he's the protagonist and the antagonist as well. I mean, for the large majority of the show, he's been the protagonist, obviously, but now he is turning into a little bit of an antagonist, and it doesn't really matter what we think outside of the story. If he's an antagonist towards the people in the story, then that's what matters, and that's what makes him, assume the title. So I'm not too mad about it, and I'm not gonna gatekeep whether someone can be an antagonist and a protagonist at the same time, because ultimately it doesn't matter. This is what stories are for. This is what art is for, transcending boundaries. And yeah, I think Attack on Titan does a good job of definitely transcending what is the norm for stories, and dark stories at that. So let's keep going. Now, if this guy wins protagonist, I know people are gonna be mad, so can't wait for that. So let's see. Oh, they got a video for it. Oh, cool. Of course. Okay, hold on. All right, let's see. Best protag. And the best protagonist from last year is... Wow. Otokawa. Now that is not something I was expecting. Otokawa? Holy shit. let's look at the nominees again. I mean, Eren Yeager, Joe, Boji, Yuji, Todori. I really thought Yuji was gonna win. I mean, I thought one of these, Eren and Yuji, were gonna win. I didn't really not expect Otakawa to win that. Wow, I guess people, yo, they are pushing Odd Taxi hard. I said this last time too, but he's a good character. He's a great character. I mean, a lot of people were probably put off by how monotone he is and how his personality is a little bit lacking. I personally don't think he should have won this, but hey, man, hey, Crunchyroll's gonna Crunchyroll. Or am I right? Okay. Best character design. Okay, and the winner is Jujutsu Kaisen. That's fair. That's fair. That's really fair. I really do like the art of Jujutsu Kaisen, especially the way they design the demons. It's unique. It's refreshing. They look menacing, and that's what matters. I could have seen this also going to Ranking of Kings and maybe even Odd Taxi, but I feel like the general anime audience is not used to, or probably doesn't even prefer, the art style and the character design of Ranking of Kings characters, as it is a little bit more geared towards what children might like. But that's, you know, part of the story, and that's the whole point. That's very intentional. But I'm not mad at Jujutsu Kaisen winning this either, so good for them. Let's move on to the next one. Best director. Okay, so best direction, like I said, when I think of best direction, I think of everything. I think of sound design, I think of character, I think of narration, I think of just pretty much everything that goes into an episode. All the parts and facets of the creation just of an episode is just what I think of. So let's see who the best director is. Odd Taxi. Yo, Baku Kinoshita. Wow, good job. Hey man, like I said, Crunchyroll's gonna, okay, yeah, there's no shot. I would not have given this to Odd Taxi, although let's be real, the story of Odd Taxi, if you're actually paying attention, or even if you realize it after you watched it and you go back and look at it again, it's really good. It is really trying to tell a bunch of things. There's a lot of themes, and you can miss a bunch of stuff if you're just watching it just for the vibes, because at the end of the day, it is a mystery series and there's a lot going on. But if I'm being real, I still would have given it to either Attack on Titan or Megalobox even. I really liked Megalobox season 2. I really thought Attack on Titan was gonna win this. I mean, yeah, you know, I'd count that as a dud. I would probably give that to Attack on Titan or Megalobox. So that's 3 so far. Okay, best score. Now this is important to me. Best score is very important. The music that you hear, soundtracks, OSTs during an episode is what makes half the experience, right? Like if you were watching Attack on Titan and it didn't have any music at all, or if it had shit music, then it wouldn't be entertaining. So best score, Demon Slayer, Yuki Kajiura and Go Shina. Interesting. I personally would have given it to 86. I mean, bro, you've got Hiroyuki Sawano. That's all I gotta say. I mean, if you guys have watched 86 or even if you've just heard the music, which, you know, some people end up hearing music of an anime that have never watched it. I mean, that happens too, but I would have given it to 86 because the way I mean, bro, come on. The fight music is just so good. Or when there's like something sad going on, someone's dying, the music for that is really good. I don't know if this takes into account the opening and ending songs, so let me know in the comments if it does, but I would 100% have given it to 86. But hey man, Demon Slayer has a really large fan base, and there's no shot they were gonna let Demon Slayer win any less than like 2 or 3 awards. So best score, I'm not too mad about that though, because Demon Slayer does have a good score, but I still would have picked 86. Best girl. Okay, here we go. These two, best boy, best girl. This is the one that people probably get mad about the most besides anime of the year, which I almost scrolled into by accident. So let's look at best girl. Oh, they got a video. Okay, cool. Okay, let's see best girl. I really wonder who it is. I should have looked at the nominees first, but Nobara. Okay, I'm not mad about this at all, to be honest. I really like Nobara. I think she's a really good female character. So Nobara Kugisaki wins best girl, and it makes complete sense. A lot of people loved her. I mean, looking at the nominees, yeah, I said this in my video too, that I think Nobara should win. I really thought it was gonna be between Toru and Nobara, but Toru Honda Civic did not win this. So Nobara is a great character because she is not like Sakura, and that is my main point. She's a badass. She doesn't take anyone's shit. She pretty much stands on her own 2 feet and can hold her own in a fight. I mean, look at the fight she had with Itadori at the end of Core 2, I believe. That fight was just immaculate. The way that she was able to come up with a strategy on the spot, even again with her back against the wall, facing death. Nobara takes that dub easy, man. So can't be mad about this. A lot of people do actually like Komi from Komi Can Communicate. I mean, that makes sense, right? She's like the main character of the show. But I haven't watched it yet, so can't really speak on that. And haven't watched this either. Ioto, she's a good character, but overall I don't think she's in the caliber of some of these other ones. But yeah, Nobara Kugisaki, best girl, not mad at all. And I have a feeling Yuji might win best boy, so let's see what the video is. Best boy, winner for best boy, and it is it Yuji? Is it Eren? I don't think Eren was nominated. I don't know. Boji from Ranking of Kings. Yo, okay, I'm cool with that. That's great. I am perfectly fine with that. So Boji wins for best boy, and the nominees were Senku, Miyamura, Mikey, and Draken. That's not fair, bro. You can't have 2 Tokyo Revengers characters on here. So even with 2 Tokyo Revengers characters on here taking what is this, 6? So 2 out of 6, 1/3, 30% of the vote, 33% of the vote or whatever. Boji wins Ranking of King, wins best boy. Now, if you guys remember, I said that I think Miyamura should have won because I don't know, I just really love Miyamura as a character. I love Horimiya in general, but I'm not mad. I think between these two, you could probably pick either one. I mean, dude, come on. Boji's adorable. Let's be real. Like, this guy is just everyone's favorite. If you watch Ranking of Kings, then you just know how easy it is to fall in love with this character. It has a lot to do with his personality. It has a lot to do with his situation, but it also has a lot to do with how they portray him as far as his emotions go, and just the small little things he does. It's just like, you ever had like a little cousin or just a little kid in your life that's just so adorable and just like loving and doesn't annoy people? There's a lot of annoying kids out there, man, but Boji's definitely not one of them. He's just so pure. I can't wait to see what he does in the final episodes of this current season that's going on. So I don't know why he's on here. This dude's a walrus, but yeah, let's move on, man. Best ending sequence. Oh, and best. Okay. This is important, guys. This is very important. This is very important. I love ending music. Now I wonder if they're gonna do a video for this. They didn't. Oh, it's Demon Slayer. How did this win over? Oh wow, dude. I don't think Shirogane should have won. I think, honestly, if I'm being real, I think this is mainly because of the name that Lisa has and how successful her opening was for Demon Slayer. What was it called? Oh, dude, I forgot. How did I forget what her opening was called? Fake fan. Gurenge. Wow, I'm terrible. Anyway, come on, man. If you heard Yoasobi's Yasashi Suishi Comet, it's so good, dude. It's just such a vibe, and you can play it in so many different settings. When you're sad, when you're just trying to chill. Yeah, that's a dud for me, man. I really wanted Beastars to win. Beastars needs more love and less hate. We're gonna move on, though. We're gonna move on to opening sequence. I'm very curious about this one. Yeah, My War. I had a feeling this was gonna win. I really did. I honestly probably would have picked either that or Yoasobi again. I thought she was gonna win. Oh no, wait. Didn't I say? No, I said I was gonna pick Tokyo. Yeah. I remember now. I said I would pick Crybaby by Tokyo Revengers, which is a really good song. It's really good song. It's so modern and it has that modern feel to it. I get why My War is up here. It's just very iconic. I also wonder if the visuals of the opening and ending sequences play a part in all this, because if it does, then I guess maybe that's why Demon Slayer also won, because they had good visuals. But yeah, My War, it starts off very nice. It's very iconic. People are gonna remember it for a long time. Probably not as much as the other openings for Attack on Titan. I mean, I don't think anything can beat the first original opening of Attack on Titan. Monster's also really good, man. If you guys haven't watched Beastar, definitely check it out. Let's move on though. Best animation. Okay, so we are slowly edging towards the final and most important awards for Crunchyroll. Best animation goes to Demon Slayer. Yo. So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I would not be mad if Demon Slayer in general won best animation for like season 1, or maybe even, actually no, not even season 1. If it won for like Entertainment District arc, which it probably will win, let's be real, for 2023, it's 100% gonna win best animation. You can, you know, cite me, whatever you want to call it. I'm calling it right now that Demon Slayer is probably gonna win best animation for 2023, unless something crazy comes out, unless like Bleach goes nuts. I really would have put Jujutsu Kaisen for best animation, but I understand why. Ufotable has a way of animating where, okay, so I'll try to explain this. I'm not an expert in animation or anything, obviously. I don't know jack about the industry like that. But what I do seem to have a grasp of a little bit, at least, is that, so basically if you have a character model during like a fight that is a little bit less, has a little bit less attention to detail, like maybe like you can't see their eyes, or maybe it's like a silhouette, then it's much easier to move that character around. It's much easier to draw the frames, draw more frames as well, so that it's much more fluid. I mean, you can see this in so many anime. I don't know how to, so like the Monogatari series, Mob Psycho, there's so many anime that do this, and it makes sense. If you want to get the best fight possible, you probably might have to sacrifice a little bit of the art and character design during those fights. But Ufotable has a way of doing that without sacrificing character designs at all, like at all. And that's what's so special about this studio. I don't know if it's the way they animate, I don't know if it's like the animators they have, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the budget, who knows. But Ufotable just has that way of animating where you're mesmerized by the fight as well as the art itself, and it's just it's otherworldly. A lot of people do say Ufotable is the best animation studio out there right now, and you can't really argue against that. But I think I said I would pick Jujutsu Kaisen, but I think that's mainly because I was just so captivated by the fights, mainly the Yuji and Todo one. So the one thing that I didn't like about the animation in the Mugen Train arc was the CGI with the first demon that they fought on the train. I don't know, man. It's just CGI it can be done really well, but when it's done with like tentacles and like weird amorphous monster stuff, it just ends up looking like straight up like noticeable CGI. So yeah, I really didn't like that CGI, but the fight between Rengoku and Akaza was obviously really good. So good for them. Good for Ufotable. Please have video. Okay, dude, I had this tab open and I like trying so hard not to like look at it. Anime of the year. Anime of the year. Should we look at the nominations first? Okay, let me try to do this. Hold on. Pause. Okay, so we got the nominations right here. There's usually 6 nominations. Okay, so we got the nominations. 86, Attack on Titan, Odd Taxi, Jujutsu Kaisen, Ranking of Kings, Sunny Boy. Hey man, if Crunchyroll's gonna Crunchyroll, they could easily put Odd Taxi and Ranking of Kings, but I think it's gonna be between Jujutsu Kaisen and Attack on Titan. Bro, if Sunny Boy wins, I will literally... Oh god, please don't. Oh god, I'm not ready for this. Please. Please Attack on Titan or Jujutsu Kaisen. Please no. Please. And it's... Oh, thank god. Oh god, man. Let's go, dude. Good stuff. Attack on Titan Part 1, Anime of the Year. Let's get it. So Attack on Titan wins Anime of the Year. Makes sense. If there was gonna be any other anime that would have won, it would have been Jujutsu Kaisen Core 2. But let's be real. A lot of this, the winner right here, has to do with the hype around the arrival of this final season. I mean, dude, people were waiting so long for this final season to air. The hype around it was insane. It was almost as eventful as like Game of Thrones, and I think it might have reached that point too. I think Game of Thrones is a little bit more universal. But at least in America, man, people were waiting for this final season, and I was too. I didn't read the manga until after the first part ended. I know a lot of people waiting for a lot of their favorite parts from the manga to be animated. And the thing about Attack on Titan is, the anime's honestly on par or better than the manga. That's not something you could say for a lot of anime and manga, but this is definitely one of those cases. It adds so much. With its score, with its tension, and its voice acting especially, that I'm not mad at this at all. This is great. I think this deserved it. Yeah, so looking back, we got a lot of winners here. There's some duds. Best Fantasy, I think, should have gone to Mushoku Tensei or Ranking of Kings. But other than that, I think for the most part, this isn't, as bad as other years. Also, real quick, shout out to all the VAs for all the other languages. They don't get enough love, but I'm sure in their respective countries, they do. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Crunchyroll Anime Awards 2022. Guys, this is just like a fun thing, to be honest. You shouldn't really take these things too seriously. It's just an award show presented by a company, Crunchyroll. At the end of the day, you gotta realize this is a company. This is not just a streaming service. So, whatever their metrics are, however they decide to pick these winners, I'm sure fan vote is not all that's taken into account. But at the end of the day, as long as you are watching what you enjoy and you enjoy what you're watching, that's what matters. I think one good thing about these types of awards shows is that it can introduce people to anime that they might have never realized or seen otherwise. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like. Let me know what your guys' winners were down in the comments. Who do you guys think should have won? How do you guys feel about the winners? So yeah, I appreciate you guys watching, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.